All right, the part 3, the finale of reaction to Aavesham. Thanks so much for coming back. All right, part 3, here we go.
Yeah, that got a little close, didn't it?
Oh, that music is interesting. What?
What are you doing? Why do you have that? Oh!
The red?
The red paint.
This is that big fish moment where you realize it was all true. What do you want though? Like, what do you want?
He's buried under the kitchen.
But like, what do you want to do with that?
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna prove. Oh.
Is that really the most surprising thing, though? I mean...
Yeah, come on. You just watched him, like, beat the crap out of a bunch of people, get assaulted by a bunch more people. Like, what were you expecting?
I guess it's even worse knowing that you've been living there.
Uh-huh.
Please. Please.
It's gonna cost you extra.
Full payment ittida.
Someone help me out. Like, what's the benefit of her staying with them? It just makes them feel better?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not even gonna ask what he needs you to do at this place? Oh God.
Think. What do you do?
Come beat them up.
Oh no, they just left him to die.
They really
Shit.
did.
They just can't get away from him.
No, they can't. Yep. What is happening? Freddy's decorations. They just disappear. Oh, right. Reddy is the other gangster. The one who mentored Ranga.
Ranga jothe tum baat aata diya. Avan yavagalam nenjada entene ankondiya. Nane avana gaali madidini.
Neko kannada gothil.
Oh, it's different language.
മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങളെ ഈ മലരന്മാർ ഒരു കാര്യമില്ലാതെ കൊണ്ടിട്ട് പട്ടിയെ തല്ലി പോലെ തല്ലി. എന്നിട്ട് ഈ മലരന്മാരത്തുള്ള കലിപ്പ് തീർക്കാൻ വേറൊരു വലിയ മലരന്റെ അടുത്ത് പോയി. ആ മലരനെ കൊണ്ട് ജീവിക്കാൻ പറ്റാതിരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് ഈ മലരന്മാരെല്ലാം കൂടെ ഞങ്ങളെ അവിടെ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് തന്റെ മലരോർത്താലും മൊത്തം ഞങ്ങളെ കേൾപ്പിക്കണം.
I'm done with it. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of this.
It's like the Morgan Freeman speech.
Please translate.
Like the Shawshank Redemption moment.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, he seems to be owning it really well, though. Oh, that must be annoying.
Oh, no.
Ranga, tanichirkumbol enike thalmadi.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Avande chetane konnada.
You know, dang, he's full on, like, degaff.
Ooh, he does not look like he's in a good mood.
Oh, dang, this is gonna get dark. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's an example right there.
Uh-huh.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
മാഫി ചെയ്യണ കൊടുത്തിനി വേറെ ആരും ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ അമ്മക്ക് പ്രോമിസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ മോനെ സൈസ് പിടി
You gonna do it?
Just say you promised your mom.
Yeah, right?
നെക്സ്റ്റ് നീ കൊന്നോ വേറെ വേറെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വേറെ ആരും കൊല്ലങ്ങോട്ട് കൈക്ക് വെക്കുമ്പോ ഇല്ല വേണ്ട ചോറി തെറിക്കും ബാത്റൂം തകൊണ്ടുപോകൂ.
To the bathroom.
He picked him up like a bride.
They're gone. They're like, we're running away. We gotta get out of here.
ഞാൻ പോവാ വീട്ടിലാ അപ്പൊ പഠിത്തോ വെട്ടാനും കുത്താനുള്ള വിദ്യാഭ്യാസമല്ലേ? എടാ ഞാൻ എന്റെ അമ്മയടുത്ത് എന്തോ പറയും? ഏയ് നീ ഒന്നും പറയണ്ട, നീ വെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് ചത്ത് കിടക്കത്തില്ലേ? അപ്പൊ പോലീസ് എന്നിട്ട് നിനക്കൊന്നും പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ.
Yeah, but something will.
ഇത് കണ്ടാ മൂത്രോടാ.
It's urine. He peed himself. Oh my gosh.
നീ ഇവിടെ കിടന്ന് വെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് ചാവോ എന്തോന്ന് വെച്ചാ ചെയ്യ്. ഞാൻ പോരും.
What's his mindset?
എടാ അയാൾക്ക് കൊല്ലണമെങ്കിൽ നാട്ടിൽ ഒന്ന് കൊന്നൂടെ?
I mean, he makes a good point. Yeah, I don't know where his head's at.
നമുക്കൊരാഴ്ച ഫോൺ സ്വിച്ച് ഓഫ് ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടുന്ന് മാറിയിക്കാം.
For a week? He's gonna hunt you down.
പിന്നെ അയാൾ വേറെ വള്ളിയും പിടിച്ച് പൊക്കോളും. ഈ ഒരാഴ്ച കൊണ്ട് പഠിച്ച് പരീക്ഷ എഴുതി നേരെ കോളേജ് ഹോസ്റ്റലിലോട്ട് മാറും. അവിടെ നിന്ന് പഠിച്ച് കോഴ്സും കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ബാംഗ്ലൂർ വിടാം. അഷ്ടേ.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I don't think so either.
എടാ ഫോണൊക്കെ എടുത്ത് ഓഫ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചു.
What about your parents calling? They're not gonna get worried?
ഇതിപ്പോ ഒരാഴ്ച ആയല്ല. അന്വേഷണമൊക്കെ നിർത്തി എവിടെയെങ്കിലും കള്ളം കുടിച്ച് കിടപ്പുണ്ടായിരിക്കും.
എവിടെയാണ് എന്റെ പിള്ളേര്?
Yeah, he's beaten everybody. He's burning the place down looking for them.
He might even assume the worst.
Yeah.
അണ നാട്ടിൽ അന്വേഷിക്കുന്ന ആളെ വിട്ടെ വേടാ അമ്മ പേടിക്കും ഓക്കെണ.
I wish they had just told.
I know.
Communication is key. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Exact. Derpy derp. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
Public outcry and urgent calls for action. The motive behind the attack remains unknown.
We're looking at the motive behind the attack. He's gonna turn on his phone, like 18 missed calls.
Dude, you're being generous. 18?
Yeah, right?
അയാൾ എന്തായാലും എന്റെ വീട്ടിൽ വിളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരിക്കും. അമ്മ പേടിച്ച് എന്തേലും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യും.
Almost immediately.
അടുത്ത കോള് വരുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് എടുത്ത് ഓഫ് ചെയ്യ്.
Oh, there he goes. Call it again. He will not stop. If you hang it up, then he'll know that you're looking at the phone. Oh my god.
ഞാൻ നേട്ടെല്ലാം പറയാം.
Good for you. Finally.
Good for you, yeah.
I mean, it's dangerous, though. Can't hurt them.
എവിടെ ആർന്നടാ?
ഞങ്ങളൊന്ന് ഒഴിവാക്കി തരണം. ഞങ്ങളാരും നിങ്ങളെ പോലെയോ നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ ഉള്ളവരെ പോലെയോ ഗുണ്ടകളൊന്നും അല്ല. പഠിക്കാവുന്ന പിള്ളേരാ ഞങ്ങള്. ഒന്ന് സമാധാനമായിട്ട് ഉറങ്ങാൻ പോലും പറ്റണില്ല. നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ നടക്കുമ്പോ ഏതോ ബോംബിന്റെ മണ്ടയിലിരിക്കും പോലെയാണ്.
I don't know, it seemed like you guys were having fun at the beginning.
ആദ്യമായിട്ട് തല്ലി കിട്ടിയതിന്റെ പ്രതികാരം ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി മാത്രമാണ് നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടതും പരിചയപ്പെട്ടതും എല്ലാം. പക്ഷെ ഇത് ഇത്ര വലിയൊരു മാരണമാവുമെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ ആരും വിചാരിച്ചില്ല.
Dang.
It's too honest.
ചേട്ടാ സമാധാനമായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കാൻ പറ്റി.
Oh no, not the turned back.
അമ്പാൻ നമ്മുടെ കൂടെയുള്ള എല്ലാവരും 1 മണിക്കൂറിൽ വീട്ടിലെത്തണം. ഏൻ കേൾബടാ പറഞ്ഞത് കേട്ടാ മതി.
No, not the hands behind the back. Oh god.
They found the paint.
Not the hands behind the back. Oh no.
എടാ
If there's no body under there, that completely changes the story.
ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാതെ ചാവണേക്കാൾ നല്ലല്ലോടാ. ചാവാതിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി കൊല്ലണത്.
Oh, I see.
Oh god.
I was wondering if the story was going to go that direction. When he was walking up, I was like, it was in my mind, but I'm like, there's no way.
Don't do it. I mean, he's just standing here. It's not like he's stopping you from leaving.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
That's a great shot. Yeah, nobody saw his face.
The pain.
Yeah, he didn't want to have to do it.
Maybe what you should do is just run up and give him a hug.
Mm-hmm, he needs a hug. No, don't call him.
What?
He's gonna call Reddy, because he told him to call him when he was alone. It's a lot of guys, and they're not my guys. Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Push it away!
Even then, he's got their back. That's so interesting.
Like, it seems like he genuinely cares about them. Oh my god, they're just right off the go. Will you? Oh, they're just sitting on the car.
Thanks, Magale.
Oh no.
Yeah, y'all messed up.
Ranga,
When he breaks his promise.
Hey, time kodu. Ready ah bagel va. Bandro.
Oh, well.
Oh man, he's heartbroken.
Not the green car. Man, unfazed. Woo. Okay, maybe a little phased.
That was nice. That was a nice touch though. Oh, he's
was.
warming up with the... Oh, nice.
Oh.
He looks up at them while he's punching them. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
That was close. Yeah, at that point I get in the car and leave. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got this, right? You guys
You
are
get
good,
through
right?
half the dudes, one man. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done.
Yeah.
Moving on. All's fair and a little more. There it is! Let's go! Oh no, it's over.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. Ow, ow, ow.
He's a little winded from all that.
Uh-huh, yeah, just a little.
ನೀನೇನು ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ
Uh-oh.
What are you gonna do from a seated position on a car? Oh no.
Oh, Mario jumped. Oh my gosh.
It's just like they described in the story. He jumped from shoulder to the boss in the back.
ಏನೋ ನಿನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್
ನನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಕಡಿ
Give it back to me.
ಹೀರೋ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ತಗೋ ನಿನ್ ಕತ್ತಿ ವೈಟ್ ಶರ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಏನೂ ಬೇಡ ಯಾರೂ ಬೇಡ
Just like with the red paint.
Uh-huh.
ನಾಯಿಂದ ಮೋಳೆ ಅಡ ಬೇಬಿ ನಿಕ್ಕಳ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಯಿಗೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ
The Hindi boys are alive.
ಉಳುವಾಕಿ ತರ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಎಂಟ ಕೂಡದಿಂದ ಬಾಂಬಿನ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಕೊಳ ಓಫರ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನೇ ಬಾಡ
This is the price of not telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് രംഗണ്ണൻ ജോത്തെ കറങ്ങണം രംഗണ്ണൻ ജോത്തെ കുടിക്കണം രംഗണ്ണൻ വീട്ടിൽ കിടക്കണം രംഗണ്ണൻ മട്ടി കറങ്ങണം സീരിയസ് ഇടിക്കണം ഫൈറ്റ് കാണണം ഗൺ കാണണം എന്നിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ രംഗച്ചണം ബോംബല്ലടാ
He makes a good point. You wanted all this.
Yeah.
Right up until you didn't want it
It
anymore.
exploded. Like a bomb.
ഒരു ആവശ്യത്തിന് മുന്നേ എന്റെ കൂടെ ഒരു ജനമില്ല കള്ളിന് ದುಡ್ಡಿന് ಮಾತ್ರ എന്റെ കൂടെ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ സ്നേഹം കൊണ്ട് മാത്രം രംഗ കൂടെ ಯಾರು
Yeah. Oh,
him.
God.
Oh, buddy.
Yo, I feel bad for him because he really loves
He
him.
does. Oh.
He's always got his back.
Oh. Everybody's crying. You guys have messed up royally. Easy there. Man, the heel turn on that one. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, he's got a soft spot for the mom.
When your mom calls, you answer.
ഹലോ ഇത് ഇത് രംഗമോനല്ലേ
She's too good.
രംഗമോനെ മോ ഹാപ്പിയാണോ
Oh. No, I'm not happy.
ബിബി മോൻ ഹാപ്പിയാണോ
Oh. No, he's not.
ഹാപ്പിയാ
മോനൊന്ന് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചോണേ അവന് പരീക്ഷയൊക്കെ വരുവാ
ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചോളാം
Oh. The cheering.
He's like a beta boyfriend when the girlfriend calls.
Yeah, right? You give them a going away party. No friendship. Wait, hang on. What?
That's exactly what I said.
നീ നേരത്തെ സോറി പറഞ്ഞല്ലേ നീ സോറി പറടാ നീ സോറി പറയണ്ട
Oh. Too good.
Oh my God.
Succeed at college. Oh, buddy.
All these guys have his back. So loyal.
No tears, only dreams. They got him new Ray-Bans. He probably just has like a stock of them in the car or something like that.
I was wondering about the phone. I was wondering about that because he had it in his pocket.
Call your mom.
പഠിക്കാനല്ലേ പഠിച്ചു പഠിച്ചു പരീക്ഷ തോട്ട
Oh.
Top scores.
Come on, boys. Top scores, top scores. Oh no.
Oh, so they each got an F, right?
Yeah, the other two got Fs.
പിന്നെ അത് ഓരോ വിഷയത്തിൽ വെച്ച് പൊട്ടിയതിന്റെ ഒരു സങ്കടം പിന്നെ 4 വിഷയം പൊട്ടി എനിക്കില്ലാത്ത വശം നിനക്ക്
Dang, 4 subjects?
And you weren't even distracted by a gangster.
Yeah, right? Jeez. Oh, hey.
അണ്ണാ
Oh, he's got a new look now. How does this end?
ടൂൾസ് തകി
Oh, they're just gonna get beaten with switches because they didn't study. I passed. It's the other two you want. Oh my God.
Oh, way to bring it back.
Hey, he's got 110 likes now.
I love that it's not something absurd like a million likes.
Yeah, right? Something reasonable.
Yo.
Well, that was delightful.
I love this movie.
I now understand why everybody was trying to get us to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was really strong.
Yeah.
You would never get something like this in the States. 3 characters, they're active, but they're not really the MC.
No,
you know what I mean?
no,
they're
no,
not
no.
really the main character in this world. They're just participating in someone else's world. And that's fascinating because they're like bystanders. It's closer to almost like R2-D2 and C-3PO kind of being caught in this other bigger situation. And they're just trying to survive. I love this. It's so good. And Fahadh Faasil is just like a master.
Oh my God, yeah, he was incredible.
I'm just blown away, man. The performances across the board were really strong. The music, the editing, the action. For the most part, I mean, I could be picky about the action, but it was still really fun. Like overall, it just was such a strong package.
I loved it. I thought it was really, really delightful, and it had us guessing the whole time. Because I mean, like, there was no real tonal shift. It didn't like shift suddenly from like a fun, happy school movie to like a gangster movie. It like happened over time, and so it really like coaxed us in, being like, "Oh, this guy's a fraud. He's too funny," you know. And they did a really, really good job of like pulling the wool over our eyes until we were like, "Oh God, they really are in too deep." Like, I think to a certain extent they did a really good job of making us, the audience, in the same mindset as our student main characters.
Yeah.
You know, where everything's fun and happy, and we're like, oh, we're just goofing because we're gonna get these seniors beat up.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting here like, oh, he's not real. He's not actually this big mean gangster. They're having too much fun.
Yeah.
And then the reveal comes that like, oh no, we've passed the threshold. We've gone past the point of no return.
Yeah.
And that's when it starts revealing that like we're in trouble and our main characters are in trouble, and like it's gone too far and they can't get out of it again. I thought, you know, we went along on the journey with those characters, and I thought that was really, really beautifully done.
Dude, it was gripping. Like, I was so anxious. I could feel it in my stomach. I was just like, I have no idea. Like, once you realize how real this is, because you're seeing action happen and you're seeing people get hurt and killed. Once you realize that this guy's not just a fraud, he's not a fraud. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
And they're making the moves they're making, which honestly is quite plausible because they're kids. Like, they're making the mistakes a young person might make.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, if we just shut off our phone for a week, it'll be okay. It'll just, you know, dust it under the rug. He'll forget about us. And it has the most opposite reaction possible. And, you know, the turns it was taking, you know, even with, what's his name, Bibley? BB.
Yes.
Like, the turns it was taking in his decisions, like, it surprised me again and again. It's like, I haven't felt that surprised by a movie since, like, Whiplash. Like, you know.
Right. No, it does definitely have similar, I guess, a similar tone. You know, where you've got this, like, kind of fun mentor character where, like, you know, he's fun and quirky and goofy with these stories. And then at some point, it makes that turn into someone sinister. Or, like, I don't remember where we got to this point. But I'm realizing that I've already crossed the line and it's far too late for me to go back.
Yeah.
You know?
And Fahadh Faasil does such a wonderful job of, like, coming in this kind of, like, way that you don't really know what to do with that.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like what you mentioned earlier. He does such a great job of giving you a whole spectrum of personality. Because you see him, he just wants to, at the end of the day, he wants what everybody wants, which is just to be loved.
Yeah.
And he's sitting alone at the top of the hill, and he thinks he finally found some people he can connect with. And when he has his realization of feeling betrayed, like that moment when he's on the ground and you know he's gonna break the promise. It's like, we've been itching for this the entire film because he's been telling everyone else what to do the entire movie. And when it finally happens, it's like, it's so satisfying and so scary at the same time. You know what I mean?
You pushed him past that edge.
Yeah.
Nothing else in his life of crime has pushed him past that edge, but these 3 kids' betrayal is what pushed him to just utterly destroying these guys.
Yeah. Such a tight story. It didn't, like, waste any time.
No, not at all.
There's no fat. Like, I was frustrated at the kids not coming clean, but I guess it makes sense that they're kids and, you know, that they wouldn't necessarily come out with the truth because they're just so scared.
Yeah.
You know, the turn at the end where he's like, I still got your back. I'm gonna come at you like
I'm
a parent, though.
beat the crap out of you for failing your classes, but like, we're gonna make sure you don't do it again.
Yeah, man. That's just, I'm so floored. I don't even have words to describe how happy I am with this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm in awe. This was really, really good.
every now and again you get like a real golden gem, you know, and it's like, wow. absolutely fucking floored. The feelings that it had me having along the way is just like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But you know, like the joy you're experiencing vicariously through the kids, the hope you're experiencing, and then the utter panic and fear of like, oh my god, this is the dude, and like the fight at the at that place that was supposed to be turned into like Marigold.
The mall ambush.
Yeah. That was an interesting action sequence, because I think that might have been my favorite action sequence. It was just so wild, and you were seeing like what was going. All the action sequences had their own like personality, and they were fun in their own right.
Definitely.
That one was great because of the emotional impact of the guy hopping out of the car to save his friend.
Save his friend.
Yeah, like, and then when the car went by, the dude who hopped out of the car, and Fahadh Faasil's like, what the fuck?
Why would you jump out?
Exactly.
And then he's still going in to save the other guy, but like, why did you make me do this?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's like, as long as you're loyal to him, he has nothing but love. Yeah. And that's such a cool bad guy. He's not really like a villain. He's just sort of the antagonist in this. It's like, how do you classify that? That's the thing, is it doesn't really fit the mold of what you generally get here in the West. No. You know, because usually you have your clear protagonist, clear antagonist, right? Or you know, antagonists or protagonists, and it's there's a lot clearer of a delineation between the two.
Yeah.
Here it's like this overlap, and I guess it also kind of speaks to what you might feel with your parents and in an Asian family. It's like they love you, but they're mean, and so it's probably analogous to something.
Love.
Yeah, it's tough love.
The tough love.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, kudos top to bottom for everything. I mean, they really drew me in, and seconding what you were saying, you know, we go along on this journey with our three main kids, and you feel everything that they're feeling. And they did a really, really good job. I think to that point with Fahadh Faasil's character, Ranga, I think in a Western movie, in a movie in the States, they would have made him a hero. He would have been like some sort of anti-hero, but he would have been good in one way or another. But here it's, you know, that, especially that ending bit, we see the emotionality of him, and we see that he's been grappling with like hiding his emotions and not having anybody to talk to, but it doesn't necessarily redeem him. You know, he's still like this scary guy, and he still leaves them terrified, and he doesn't like forgive them and welcome them back into the fold. I mean, we have that fun little end bit where he's like, you failed your exams, I'm gonna whip you with a switch. But like, he doesn't exactly bring them back into the fold. He's like, I could have killed you. I would have killed you. I should have killed you. Yeah. But I didn't. Yeah. And so we're going to go our separate ways. You're going to stay out of my way. And I think that was really beautifully done, because he at no point was a heroic character. He was just a man who did some less than good things and was a gangster, but like a gangster with emotion. They didn't try to like pretty him up at all.
It takes someone of that caliber to be able to be that scary, but still induce empathy from the audience.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because when you have that reveal of the camera coming around, because like he has his hand.
So good.
Yeah. And
so good.
Tears in his eyes. Like,
oh my God.
And you realize at every instance like that, he was heartbroken. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think underneath it, like, it shows you that, like, this does a much better job of making a villain three-dimensional than Disney movies. You know, like the Disney movies as of late, like Cruella de Vil's backstory or whatever, or
Wicked,
the Sleeping Beauty one.
Yes,
Maleficent. Like all of them, they're always trying to like go, oh, they're not really that bad. It's like this movie's going, no, he's bad, but he's a human being, and he's got layers himself, and I'm like, oh my God, I want more of that. He's able to just like really control the scene, you know, and his eyes, like he gets compliments on his eyes all the time, because like there's something about his eyes that he's able to really like bring you into his, I don't know, his mental and emotional state through his eyes. When he had that "Hey, here's Johnny" moment, it's like it really turned in a way that I wasn't expecting, because, you know, it's in The Shining, he's like literally trying to murder them, right?
And like losing his mind and
right. And now here he's struggling with himself, because he has his conscience has finally come through, and he's like, I can't go through with this, because it's almost like that Save Martha moment, but in a much better way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he gets the phone call, and the mom just like melts him. He becomes fondue. He can't
very much.
He has to submit to this, and he's on a new path because of these kids. And so while they wrecked him more than anyone else ever could have, they also changed him for the better.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. And like there is a little bit of you're right. He changed for the better, but it still didn't like change who he was to his core.
Right.
It's just like there was a little bit of that there, and you could see it when they revealed like his emotionality with every one of those moments where he still went through with the criminal thing to do. He still let his mom leave. He still killed his brother outright and buried him under the kitchen. Like he is still a bad guy, but he feels so strongly. And so I think like it really broke him down. Like you said, the mom just turned him into fondue, you know?
Yeah.
And finally the feelings got the better of him than doing what he needed to as a gangster, and he realized like they're just kids.
Yeah.
They're just scared kids. And like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like, terrified them and like, you know, made them fail their classes. It's him talking about like his school days, and his buddy's like, you never went to college. He's like, I know, but like neither are they.
Yeah.
Reminds me of their school days. Like I think he sees a lot of his potential in them.
Yeah.
And I think that moment with mom, he realized like, I can either end these kids' potential or like teach them a lesson of like, go back to your studies, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Don't become like me.
Yeah. In the West, up until movies like Deadpool, if you had like really silly action or really silly things, that really couldn't be a rated R film.
No. Yeah.
Generally speaking, that was like PG-13. Like it was, or I don't know. Maybe that's not 100% true. But if you have a gangster film that's sort of mocking the gangster genre, like Analyze This with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal, right? That's a PG-13 film. So it wouldn't be rated R, and you wouldn't really see that character necessarily go full-blown gangster and like psychotic, like Jack Nicholson in The Departed. Whereas this really blended the genres in a fun way. It
did.
It was comedy, but it was still like true to form. It was like he was still really a gangster at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the ability to mix those, what I would consider separate genres here, is beautifully crafted. Like, I was shocked.
Like I said, I had no idea where we crossed the line, but I suddenly realized I was looking behind me and it was there.
Yeah.
Like, they do a really good job of just like slowly slipping and transitioning. And that moment where they reveal, like they scratch off the wall, sound editing or sound design be damned, where they're scratching at the wall and they see the red paint and then they discover like the place where they buried his brother. And you're like, oh my God, that goofy story is real. It just blew my mind. Like it was such a good twist that was fully in keeping and in a way fully expected.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But still somehow was a huge surprise of like, oh, this goofy guy is actually a murderer.
Yeah, that was the real big fish moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you're like, oh shit, all that stuff that they were talking about wasn't a joke.
Nope.
And it wasn't even embellished. It's like they were telling you verbatim what was up. The only time that maybe there was some embellishing was when the prostitutes were like, hey, you don't know anything about being with a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and his bro had him he came in clutch. He's like, no, actually. And he told this whole thing.
He's been with many women.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
Because he's told me.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, we kind of talked about it a little bit in the film, but nowadays in the States, and I understand where it's coming from, there's this like real strong emphasis on making everything kind of even, where you have to have certain ethnicities and genders and blah, 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 blah. And it's like you're trying to check off all these boxes. This film it's like, not since Snatch have I seen something like this, where it's like, it doesn't really care about all that. It just wants to tell this really dope story.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not about girls
so
or anything
fun.
like that. It's just like, it's about just being excellent, as excellent as possible. And I think it is worthwhile to compare it to Snatch, even though Snatch is just dealing with underworld thugs and gangsters.
Right.
You know, this is about students who get kind of caught in that, you know. And it's like, you don't know. It's a lesson about like, you be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
Go ahead.
Because they're like, oh, we're going to get some local support and we're going to befriend this gangster and then he's going to beat up the seniors and then we're going to have an easy time in college.
Yeah.
But, you know, in befriending him, suddenly they're getting dragged deeper and deeper and deeper into this criminal underworld that they weren't looking for. They were just looking to get their bullies beat up.
Yeah.
But then they stuck around afterwards because they were feeling all hot to trot and like the coolest kids on campus.
Yeah.
And so they got wrapped up in that lifestyle and then they had to pay the consequences.
Yeah.
You know, they could have just been the seniors whipping boys until the end of the year when the seniors move on, and then they would have just gone through their college normally. I'm never one for hazing. I mean, like, clearly it's some sort of weird tradition in this college, or was some sort of tradition in this college, whether that's just because Kuti and his seniors liked to rule with an iron fist, or this is some hazing tradition. We have that in American colleges too. You heard stories of like fraternity hazing and things like that. But like, there's always an argument that's like, if you don't stand up against it and you just get through it, then you're done with it. It's just 1 year of hazing, or it's however long of your haze, and then you're done. You move on, you can continue. So they easily could have just sat back, but they wanted to be the tough guys. They wanted to strike back, and they paid the consequences for it.
Yeah, they did a good job too of like really like rooting you into the three main characters' perspective of like why they are doing this pursuit.
Yeah.
You know, because like normally it's that, like, you just go through the motions and you deal with it. Like, they actually had an out.
Yeah.
Because the dude was like, you're in our crew now, you're protected. And they're like, no. no. That's bullshit.
Yep.
And then they ended up paying the price for it. But I think it made them better people at the end of the day. Like, they really learned a lot about themselves because they realized what they appreciated about what they did not appreciate before.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like, it's almost until you don't have it anymore that you realize what you had. And so they got a modicum of that back. They got back to some semblance of their innocence, but they're still dealing with the tiger, who's like, no, but now you have to be the best.
Yeah, exactly. You will pass all your classes, and I'm gonna make damn sure of it.
Yeah, don't disappoint your mom.
No.
That's great. I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, I loved it. This was an incredible film.
Strong recommendation from me that I'm gonna tell my friends to watch this. Like, it's a great introduction to Fahadh Faasil as well. Because every time he shows up in a film, ever since I first saw him in Kumbalangi Nights, I'm just like, this guy's just wicked. He's so scary when he wants to be scary. Because he played a controlling husband in that film, and I'm like, I buy him, you know? And the thing is, here, he doesn't even have a lot of size.
Right.
But kind of like Al Pacino, it's like Al Pacino's just so strong right here. And his command with his performance.
It's the intensity, yeah, for sure.
You just buy it. And so that's just so impressive to me that someone who's like not that big is able to be that frightening of a person.
I also really loved that, like, his physique-wise, he wasn't shredded.
Yeah.
He had like a little bit of dad bod going on, and yet he was still widely revered as this like tough, terrifying guy that you didn't want to fight. I thought that was a really neat, I don't know how much of a step out of the tradition of these films that is, but I know, like, you know, here in American cinema, he would have been shredded.
That's
He would have
true.
been super cut, really, really muscled, but he was just kind of this, and maybe that's also to add to
or size as well. Like,
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's to add to the facade that we bought into at the beginning, that he's some sort of fake. You know, that he's not actually as tough as he is. And then over time, we're like, oh my God, okay, we were wrong the entire time. And so they told that story through his physique and his physicality, as well as just like his goofiness at the beginning of the movie. Could be both, but I did appreciate the, I guess, the unexpected look of him.
Yeah, like that helped because it kept me on pins and needles the whole movie, dude. I gotta pee so bad now. And it was like, when the movie ended, it was, I just had this like sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Like, the ride's over. You know, it was like,
We survived.
It was almost like I was taken through on a Jeep ride through the, I don't know, like, it felt like a rough ride,
Right.
but in the best of ways, you know, and it was just like sweet relief when it was over, like the roller coaster has come to a stop, you can get out, you know, watch your arms and legs. It felt so good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Great filmmaking, great acting.
Incredible.
I don't know any of these actors except for Fahadh Faasil, and they all did a fantastic job. It just coalesced nicely. Beautifully done. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jaby Kawai. This is
Michael BOOSE.
Peace out.